Hi, Lauren. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so, delighted that you can make the time to tell us a little bit more about your connection to Thorn and how you sort of found yourself supporting this work.
Sure. My name is Lauren Bush Lauren. I am the founder and CEO of Feed. My husband and I were introduced to Thorin through some good friends, and we went to sort of an information session here in New York a few years back, and we're just blown away by what we learned in terms of, just the amount of kids that are being, violated and trolled on the internet, and just hearing about Thorn's innovative and really smart approach to countering that issue was motivation for us to get involved and make a donation.
Do you see any similarities in terms of your work with Feed and focus on food insecurity and Thorn's work?
I mean, given Feed, I was, always very motivated to help children kind of live into their fullest human potential. And obviously, without something as basic as food, it's very hard to do that. And that was one of the very, basic driving forces of why I started Feed. And I think with Thorn, it's, a similar thread in the sense that if you're a child and you're not safe on the internet and you're being exploited, you're not living into your fullest human potential. So I do see that common thread.
That's a great way to put it. And when you consider that 97% of kids are online, it really puts it in perspective, the harms that they're being exposed to.
Yeah.
So, Lauren, given your background, what do you think sets Thorn apart? What stands out for you?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't know a lot of other organizations doing what Thorn is doing and addressing this issue head on. I really also, love that Thorn has developed a technology that, social media platforms have bought into. It's a paid revenue model. So they're using that platform and it's really empowering them to find those perpetrators and make the internet safer. So that's on one side. And then obviously the other is funded by philanthropists and individuals and foundations. So I think having that dual combination to do philanthropy effectively and innovatively is really important.
Can you tell me about how your role as a woman and a mother influences your support of Thorn?
Yes. I mean, I think first and foremost, what motivated me to, give to Thorn and my husband to give to Thorn is that we're parents and you can't help but worry about your kids and the future of their mental health and physical health. And you hear stories, horrific stories about how kids who could just as easily have been our kids, have been exploited in different ways. And it's just unthinkable. So I would say first and foremost, our support of Thorn comes from a place as parents.
And for your fellow parents and friends in your network, what would you share with them in terms of, a light bulb moment you had in engaging around this work?
I was struck by just how vast this issue is and how vulnerable our children really are on the internet. And yet, of course, we live in 2024 and our kids, there's so much richness and connection to come from the internet, from social media platforms. Um, and yet to really be able to kind of empower and educate our children too for this world we live in today, and know that organizations, like Thorn and like the technology y'all have developed is out there kind of working with these platforms to help protect them, makes me, sleep better at night. I personally, look forward to continuing to track the organization and support the organization. Obviously, as a mother, and just a human, we, want to see the internet be a safe place for kids to go and enrich themselves and explore and find community. And yet, obviously, there is such a threat to our kids. And I hope that Thorin continues to do the amazing work it's doing. And that as the internet, AI and all the amazing things that are happening and we're sort of on the verge of right now continue to come into existence. I really hope that that can be harnessed as well for the good and safety of children online, and that the ecosystem that is there to address these issues kind of continues to be emboldened and empowered by Thorn's work and by Thorn's technology. to really find victims faster and really stop the harm that is being caused and will inevitably be caused if organizations like Thorn don't exist.
Well, we're so grateful to have you in our corner. Just look
Always.
you, yes, for continuing to work together on this issue. Thank
Thank
you so much,
you.
Lauren.
Thank you, Cindy.